real concern? That's the question. This is what Tom Brady said about the issue on offense so far this season.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot to it. So bad execution on offense at a time where we needed good execution and we didn't get it. And there was a lot of other times we had a lot of other bad execution. And I think the reality is when you do that, you don't have the opportunity to score points. So it was too many plays where we were behind the sticks and not good on third down, and penalties, turnovers, missed opportunities. And defense played great. We got to play better on offense. We got to do a lot better job. We haven't scored many points all season. So 3 games, we got to get a lot better.
So who's calling the plays? Is it Brady or is it Byron Leftwich?
By the way, you know what's so funny about when he talks about execution? Wasn't it the Tampa Bay coach? What was his name?
Bruce Arians?
No. Back in the day when they were an expansion
Rich
team.
McKay.
Yeah. McKay is asked after a game.
John
McKay. John McKay. So, Jay, the story is it's a true story. McKay is asked at a press conference after a loss. They were losing every game in like mid-70s. He's asked after a loss, what do you think of the team's execution? And he goes, I'm in favor of it.
I'm in favor of the execution.
That's what I mean. Well, Tom Brady's now playing quarterback for Tampa Bay, and he talks about execution. My mind goes there.
It is a concern when you are missing the players that you're missing. When Mike Evans is not hurt, Mike Evans was suspended for the game.
Right.
He'll come back next week. But when you're missing Godwin due to a hamstring, and Scotty Miller's not really showing up, and your tight end isn't what you thought it was. The running game isn't quite the way you want it to. The offensive line is struggling. You don't have Julio Jones is wherever. You knew what Julio Jones was when you signed him. His days are way behind him in Atlanta. This is just a tough situation, and you're not used to seeing Tampa Bay's offense look this way.
And you can't go for the 2-point conversion and get delay of game. You can't do that at the end of the game. I mean, it goes from the 2-yard line to the 70. I mean,
it changes your.
And by the way, the touchdown passes they got the Gage, that should have been a delay of game too.
Yep.
Essentially got away with 2. So that miscommunication, those mishaps when they happen, man, that hurt.
When you have an experienced center, right, and now he's out for the season, and you got to plug in a guy who you just plug in what you can. A lot of that communication on offense, Key, is going to suffer.
When you miss key components of your offense or any defense or whatever, whoever is the person doing the calling everything, the fronts, the plays, and they're not there for you, you're going to be in trouble.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM Channel 80, and the ESPN app. You can find us on the app. Just click on More on the lower right-hand corner, scroll down to Live Radio, and there we are. Coming up, we have – well, here's the question. How in the world did the Dolphins let Tua back out on the field yesterday?
Well, I tried to tell you so. I tried to tell you so. I tried to tell people in this sports arena, especially in football, that he is a good quarterback that is on his way to becoming something special. His accuracy, he doesn't have it. He's always had accuracy, damn it. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Stop saying things that's not true to set a narrative for you, right?
But Key, wasn't it true that what I saw was he consistently, until recently, wasn't seeing the middle of the field?
No,
and now
not true.
Really? Because I saw A.J. Brown wide open. He doesn't see him last year, too, before A.J. got there.
Not true at all. A player, too, I can pull out many quarterbacks in this league and been in this league.
To tell the story you want to tell.
I can tell the story I want to tell.
Yeah.
Tell it like you see it and not like you want it to be. Not you, Max. I'm looking at you, but not you. And a guy throws for 340 yards and 3 monies. That's touchdowns for those that want to know what monies are. The slant at the goal line to A.J. Brown. A lot of people were like, that was a bad throw. No, it wasn't. He put it where only his guy could catch it on his back hip. As I always tell you, Max, remember the guy turns around. You have to turn your body to catch the ball
with
behind
your body,
you.
not just your
hands. And that's what
yeah.
A.J. Brown did, but he was able to put that and locate that spot. This whole narrative that they're going to get another quarterback they can just won't stop it. I think it's over now. It has to be.
It feels like they're the most complete team in the NFL, doesn't it?
My God.
With the way they run the game, Sanders, Hurts, using their feet. Talk about on the outside, weapons. I mean, they
are the best team in the NFC.
Right
the
now.
Best team in the
and
NFC.
9 sacks yesterday, man.
Through 3 games.
They're the best team in the NFL through 3 games.
Yeah, they could be between
right
them and the Dolphins.
Yeah, right.
I still think the Bills are there. I mean, if they're healthy.
Course,
if they're healthy.
Of course they are, but I'm not pushing them out of the way. I'm just saying
based
when
on
you
the
look at
results
it-
till right
yesterday.
now,
I think Philadelphia, along with the Bills, have had 12 great quarters, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's about right.
Yep.
Something like that.
I agree. By the only thing Jalen Hurts has to do now is continue. Like now he's seeing the middle of the field. He's delivering the ball. He's doing everything he has to do. He just has to continue doing this consistently.
But here's what I would say, Buttercup. You got to think about it this way. His receivers a year ago were just learning how to play football in Devontae Smith as a professional, not what we saw at Alabama. Now what we're seeing is what we saw at Alabama from Devontae, right? I mean, he's showing us some stuff. You get A.J. Brown, a seasoned piece of meat. He's seasoned.
He's so good.
And he's good. So anytime you can put the ball in the catch radius, those guys are go get it. So that answers your question about accuracy. When I'm throwing to Jalen Rigger, hell, I'm going to look like a doorknob. That's the reality of it.
By the way, and this continues the trend in the NFL. You go get the quarterback as receiver from college, and like every team is doing that now. It didn't used to happen that way. It happens that way now. I think it's smart. They have chemistry in college. Why not? You know what stood out to me, guys? The AFC West is under 500. Now, it's only 3 weeks in, but the whole division, where I thought maybe they have a chance for the first time ever to send every team to the playoffs. 4 teams out of 1 never works that way. 5-7 under 500.
Well, that was what was supposed to happen last year in the NFC West.
Although 3 went from the NFC West.
No, but I understand. But it was supposed to be 4.
Same thing.
Right? It was Russell Wilson always going, and the 49ers and Jimmy G, and they got Jared Goff and old Mighty Mouse in Arizona. You know,
I mean, for as
didn't work out that way.
bad as the Broncos look, they're sitting on top of the AFC West.
Could you
For
imagine?
as bad as the Broncos look, they're on top of the Chiefs and the Raiders. I mean,
Why are they on top of the Chiefs?
both 2-1.
2-1. That's right.
Yeah,
They're right there. That's what I said. Top
Wait,
of the
have they
list.
played? No, they haven't played each other.
No, but they're probably if they are listed above them, it's probably
Alphabetical.
because it's the mathematical analytics stuff in there.
Could the Raiders wake up though? Like, are they going to come to play?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to get to the Raiders a little bit later.
Raiders.
Here's the question for right now, Jay, before we even get to the Raiders. Is there anything to see here with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes on the sideline?
No, I mean,
But here's the question, Key.
yeah.
The podcast, you could say play ESPN. We pop up on your smart speakers. If you open your window, we'll talk loud enough you can hear us outside your window. Everywhere. Presented by Progressive Insurance. What's going on? Jay, Key, what stood out to you this weekend? It's always a blur, the NFL, because there's so many great storylines. As you're watching, you go, that's the big story today. And then 15 other things happen that are big stories.
No.
What stood out to you, Jay?
No, there was a big story. It was hashtag Tua for president. I'm continuing to run this campaign. It's going to annoy Key, and I enjoy every single second of it.
It doesn't annoy me. I
Yeah,
don't
just
care
Tua for
about that.
president. Yeah, that's fine. All I'm saying is, look, the Miami Dolphins got a win that they should have won. When the entire secondary is depleted
Got a
for
win
the
that they
Bills.
should've won.
They snatched victory from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, the Bills secondary is depleted. You got to win this game. You got to win this game at home. And look, and their defense is
I see
what
what you
won
mean.
this game. They found a way to win all 3 of their games in different ways.
You dare insult Tua by saying the defense won the game?
No, I'm saying it's a
the
complete.
greatest quarterback who ever lived.
It's
That was a
com-
nice throw to Waddle, though.
It was. I mean, look, when the Bills have had 90 offensive plays to Miami's 39, when time of possession, the Bills have 40 minutes compared to the Dolphins' 19 and 20. Come on, man. And look, Josh Allen should have made that touchdown pass to McKenzie. He was open. He missed it. Also, when they was trying to get out of bounds, McKenzie didn't go for the sidelines, but I give their defense credit. They riled him. They keep him inside. They kept him in bounds. And it's lack of execution for the Bills. But the Dolphins found a way to win.
So many times when we do this, whoever goes first gets to take the biggest one. I agree. I think the biggest headline is
And
Dolphins
Tua
are
came
3
back like Willis Reed after having the whole headed. Come on.
Dolphins are 3-0. And you know what? You know how I talk about pelts you got on the wall? Tua got Bill Belichick, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen so far on the wall.
It's a good thing.
That's a pretty good thing. What you got, Key? What stood out to you?
I'm going to look at